What's up, board fam? Eric here, and do y'all want to watch a COPE video? You want to watch a COPE video from Geeks and Gamers? That's what we're going to do today. This is a clip from Katie Did's channel. Shout out to Katie Did. This is a follow-up to another clip from her channel that I looked at earlier today where the Quartering called out all of these guys' channels, Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, Yellow Flash, anyone in this space making slop, anti-woke content, and says it's dead content, and that it's an entertainment dead end. There's a lifespan for this, and that lifespan is coming to its final days. And he's not wrong. You know, we've been covering that over here. And if you'd like to stay up to date on all that, make sure you hit subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment down below to become part of the family over here. But we've been covering this over here for a while. We do wellness checks on the channels, and I have shown year after year that there's a decline in their viewership. There's a decline in their engagement. There's a decline in their subscribers. And it's a problem because these guys do it for money. These are channels that run themselves like a business. And so they do it for money. And Jeremy, the Quartering, he has no reason to sound the alarm on this unless it was really happening. This is a guy, Quartering is a guy who makes slop content. It would do him no good to be like, our content is dying, if it weren't so obvious. And he pulled up receipts. He had all the information in front of him. And I'm not a fan of the Quartering. I still think he's a piece of shit garbage person, but he was using objective information. And he made that video, or he made a stream, and then Katie Did clipped it. Again, you can watch that on her channel. But this is them reacting to that. Now, let me tell you how I would handle it before we look at their video. If someone said something false about my channel, and I had a way to disprove them, then I would use everything I have at my disposal to disprove them, to debunk whatever it is they're saying about my content, if I really felt like it was important enough to even address, and they do in this video. All you have to do to disprove this is to pull up your analytics and say, look, my analytics are different from what he's showing on his screen. Case closed. It's really that simple. If what he's saying is in fact not accurate, then those numbers would not line up. But I can almost guarantee that's not what they're going to do in this video. It's trust me, bro stuff. And that's the one thing about the Quartering video that sets it apart from this one, is that in the Quartering video, there are receipts presented. There is some form of accountability being shown on screen with graphs and information and dates and things like that. It's all there. But Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers knows that his audience, at least a lot of them, are locked in and they don't give a fuck if he's telling the truth or not. So let's hear what he has to say in this. And again, I don't know how much debunking I'm going to have to do in this, but I will rebut any dumb shit that he says. So let's get into it.
Talk about, let's get a few super chats first.
Oh, okay, we can do that. Fuck, where do we want to start?
What are we doing?
Shit. I mean,
why don't you tell me?
The super chats just aren't coming in, man. Is there a reason for that? Is it Gary's fault?
You forgot how to operate the thing. Why don't you tell me?
All this horror business with a $10. Quartering on FNT said he was only going to do the Culture War stuff for a couple more years and then sell his channel. Like he never sold his claw machine channel. He was never real. This is proof.
Well, he
didn't say never. He said
he never sold his claw machine channel.
Yeah. Well, he unfollowed me on Twitter after I responded to.
He unfollowed you?
That's funny.
Oh,
no,
that's fucking funny.
He's not following me anymore. Yeah.
That's funny. That's I don't really have much to say about this. I just wanted to pause for a second and take this in. Like the infighting and the right-wing slop content on YouTube is hilarious. It's all over the place. Every single group that I know, and I mean this, every single group that I know that is part of like this right-wing anti-woke stuff, regardless of what it is, whether it be video games or comic books or movies or TV shows, whatever it is, they're all fighting with each other. And that's a clear sign that the money and the views are down. That right there, that's number one. The infighting between these groups is a big red flag that something isn't working. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. That's because they wouldn't fight with each other for any other reason. When the money was flowing in, there was no reason to fight because everybody's making money off of this. But now they're not, and so they're starting to pick each other apart because they're doing these purity tests and shit like that.
Unfollowed me.
This is like MySpace back in 2004. It's like, what do you
I'm not your top eight.
Yeah. Well,
do you guys think that thing of
anymore?
Selling channels work?
Listen, I just responded and I'm done. I was done with it. I was like, all right, we're good. We can move forward. So, but apparently he got really emotional over it. So, no beef from my side. I responded.
You responded to what is that exactly?
So
let me see if I can find his response. I am curious to what he said. All right, so I think I found something here, at least one of them. Rules here says, the courting, damn, why are you talking shit about D-Day Cobra, Geeks and Gamers, and Nerdrotic? And he talked about Yellow Flash as well. Man, bro, why you're throwing shade at them? That's fucked up. You need to call them and say, yeah, I fucked up. What on earth are you talking about? This is dumb. You know what he's talking about. Well, what did I do? I mean, on a video, you talked about their views were declining, and you did it just on your own, right? And then Jeremy responds here. He goes, you said my views have dropped and my channel is dead and it's not my fault. I guess you're trying to justify something going on with your channel by bringing me and Gary into it. It's the most R-slur, by the way, ableist shit, statement you could have made. It's not really, because he didn't just say it. He showed proof of it. He showed proof. He literally pulled up a graph and said, look, at this date, this is how many views you were getting per day, per month. And then in this date, this is how many you're getting. Clearly, there's a drop in it. Anyway, maybe he was trying to justify and save his own ass. I mean, that does make sense that because his channel isn't doing well. But what he was saying wasn't untrue. And then we get this dumb shit, right? I want to put this out there only because people had mentioned this to me. But I think this is this is bullshit. Courting and I already talked in DMs yesterday. He and I are good. Men fight, we shake hands and move on, another day on the internet. So this is what I don't necessarily believe this. I don't think it went down as cordially as he said. And let me tell you why. Why is it that everyone in this community publicly shits on each other and they go back and forth and then they privately apologize? They do that privately. That is dumb. That's so dumb. And it's usually because it doesn't actually mean what they're saying. Like he says, oh, we're men, but you're fighting like kids on the internet. So you're men behind the scenes, but you're these like emotional, irrational, shit-talking teenagers on camera? Give me a break. Anyway, let's continue.
So he was using mine and Gary's channel to justify why his views are down.
That's what he was doing.
He was saying, well, look, Gary's channel's losing views. Geeks and Gamers is down in views. So it's just a culture war is dead.
It is.
And that's completely inaccurate.
Okay, so what you would do now is you would go, hey, let me pull up some information of my own with these graphs from Social Blade, or we can open up my analytics on my channels. This is why it's fake. This is why it's false. He's a liar because we're doing great. But he's not going to do that.
No, you just don't release videos.
Exactly. So I responded to the nonsense. That
Listen to this.
The reason he said the reason Geeks and Gamers views are dropped so much, it's not their fault. It's just the content's dried up. I'm like, it's literally my fault. I haven't made fucking videos in 2 years. It's literally my fault.
Right. So you're ignoring the fact that it's a percentage, right? It's based on percentages. So even if your views are down, say they're down by like, I don't know, 30, 40% because of that, how does that account for other people in your space that are seeing the same negative impact? Yellow Flash releases like 3 videos a day. His channel's suffering the same thing. Nerdrotic makes videos still. His channel's suffering the same thing. So how do you account for that? You don't, because the charts account for that. The charts understand that. They understand this is the information you're getting from YouTube. Like if I look at my account, it will tell me how my channel is doing based on what my output is. That's how it works out the percentages. If I make more videos, it knows that. If I make less videos, it knows that. He's trying to tell his audience that the system that's designed to show you the health of your channel doesn't know that he stopped uploading videos. Think about that for a second. These charts magically don't know that you stopped making videos. It's not the way it works, man.
Yeah.
And so
I joined on, so I apologize.
Yeah, that didn't help. That didn't help. So I just decided to respond because I don't know why he had to bring me and Gary up at all. And so
because you guys are the top of the castle of this, right? Like the culture war shit is what you guys do. So he brought you up because you're the ones at the top. Well, Gary is at the top. You guys are somewhere in the middle. But like Gary and Critical Drinker at the top, you, Yellow Flash, all the channels in the middle area or whatever, you're all suffering the same loss in engagement. That's why he brought you up. Now, you're right. He could have been doing it to deflect from himself, and I wouldn't put that past him because he is a piece of shit. But the fact is that he had receipts for what he was saying, man.
Did you reply or did you quote tweet?
I only replied. I didn't quote tweet.
But I also, fair.
I also responded video on my live stream, and I was pretty aggressive. So,
no, but like, I feel that if you quote tweet, you're ill-willed. You know what I mean?
So
the other thing is, if your channel isn't suffering, why do you care? Why do you care? If somebody came over and said, bro, you're only making $5 a month on your channel and it's my business, like it's my only job, because this is what these guys do for a living, right? YouTube is their job. So if YouTube were my job and it's the only thing I did for a living and somebody came over and said, bro, you're only making $5 a month. Clearly, I'm not only making $5 a month if I'm still able to pay my rent and all that shit or whatever. I mean, yeah, I'm losing money, but like I wouldn't argue with that person because it doesn't matter at the end of the day. But here he is arguing about engagement. What difference does that really make? To be honest, it only really matters. And think of it this way. I'm asking that not as a rhetorical question, but let me just provide the answer for that, right? So the reason why they're doing this is because they need to present this to their audience. They need their audience to feel like they're still winning. That's what they're doing. Quartering basically opened the curtain up and said, look, we're not really winning anymore. The culture war is dead. And these guys, this is their job. This is what they do for a living. They cannot let all of their viewers think that they're a failure. They can't let their viewers think that what they're doing doesn't matter. So they have to like reassure them that all of this is real and that it's working. But we know it's not. The numbers are out there. Not only can you do the math yourself, like I did, but you can look at Social Blade, you can look at analytics, different charts that pull the information from YouTube. You can look at those things and see that it's just not. So again, this is coping.
The original tweet was funny because it was like,
I quote tweet all the time, but
it was like quartering. Why are you calling out your friends, Jeremy and Gary? And then his reply was, "What did I do? I didn't do anything."
That's true.
Kino Casino covered it last night, and that's how I was brought to it because Kino was watching my channel, and they were like, "His channel's not dead. Look at all the 199s being dropped right now. You know, look at all these super chats."
That's this is why this whole thing is so fucking dumb. That does not have anything to do with a problem that occurs over months and years. It's like saying, look, right now, he has a giant 2-liter of soda. That means he has soda every day. He has to have soda every day because he has it right now. Even though you might go weeks and weeks and weeks without it, right now while I'm looking at this video, you have it. So that must mean that you're doing okay and you have soda every day. It's a dumb way of like judging the success of a channel, but it's Kino Casino. So
so that's what turned me on to it. Is I watched Kino Casino and I'm like, why is the quartering using me and Gary to justify it? So my whole thing was my views are down because I stopped making videos. Gary's views are not down. Gary is a rock star.
He's not. His views are down. His views are down. And again, your views being low, your engagement being low is a percentage. A percentage. So the system accounts for your uploads. It accounts for what your upload cycles are. It knows that. It knows that this week you did not upload X amount of videos. And then it takes that into account and it comes up with the percentage on where you should be at this point based on your upload, what you've done in the past. And you've not been uploading for a long time, meaning that it's already adjusted for that. It knows your system now. How fucking stupid must you be to think that like, I used to upload 7 videos a week a year and a half ago, and now my channel is still down month to month because of a year and a half ago I stopped uploading 7 videos a week. The absolute insanity for that being his excuse.
Didn't Gary just beat Star Trek with an action figure?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
Probably doing
that, but like
again, that individual, this one time something happened, so that must mean, you know, you have $100 today, so that must mean you have $100 every day. There's no problem. Let's keep it moving.
Just recently, they like best F&T of all time. Like,
Yeah.
viewership-wise.
And ordering
And he's like, look at Gary's channel. It sucks too.
yeah. And so, and Quartering's views are down because he turned his channel.
The cope in this is crazy. They're all laughing about it. Like, it's all performative. It's all performative. And it's funny to me because I know that they know that their channels aren't doing as good as they used to. That's what makes it hilarious, honestly.
To a fucking advertisement for Rumble, and everybody got tired of hearing that shit. So,
And you should have heard what he said about you.
Oh, really?
It was bad.
Yeah. He said Dan fell off after 1 million subscribers. And I'm like,
He says this guy doesn't make videos anymore.
like, yeah, that's right. He doesn't.
But I don't.
Right, and surprisingly, YouTube would know that, and after a period of time, they would adjust for that, and the percentages would be based on your current channel health. That's how that works.
And my views don't go down, even though I stopped making videos. My views are the same.
But yeah, as far as I'm concerned,
Music's completely different.
I'm not getting into no pissing contest on YouTube. I cleared the air from my perspective to say what you said is wrong. Here's the truth.
Right, so again, receipts? Anything at all? Anything? Or are you just going to keep saying it? We're doing fine, everyone, with no receipts whatsoever. Okay.
These are the facts. I'm done with
facts.
it. So if
facts.
he's emotional over it, that's his problem.
He's emotional. He's the one. Look, I hate that I even have to do this because I don't want to quote unquote defend Quartering, but he clearly wasn't emotional in the video. He was just talking about the graphs on the screen and chatting with people in his chat. You're the one here being emotional because you're not providing anything. You're in your feelings because you know your channel is shitting the bed. You know that it's not doing well. And your cope is, well, I just stopped making videos. That's not really an excuse for why your channel's doing bad. Like, if you stopped making videos, then you sabotaged your own content. And you've admitted that your views are down. So again, how is he wrong? Like, if your argument is, yeah, I'm getting less views, and he said you're getting less views, and you're like, I stopped making content, it's still true. Whatever.
But I've never had any beef with Quartering. I've never said anything bad about him. Never, whatever.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Those moments where I let Jeremy talk because if
I bet you if I dug deep enough, there would be some negative stuff about it. But we're gonna just move on.
I was gonna make it a lot worse.
I mean, you're welcome to have whatever opinion you want.
Hilarious. It could be fun.
But before we get to that, guys, have you ever thought about drinking coffee? Because we.
bro.
See that. You said you made up with him. Look, we still have like 8 minutes in this video. So you said you made up with him and y'all are good, right? You said that. And now you're shit talking him. And I'm not against that. I love to shit talk. I love it. I'll engage in it anytime I can, right? But you said that you cleared the air like 2 minutes ago. And now you're shit talking him. Let's see if it continues. Because I love this shit.
Hey, I don't even make money with this coffee company. I'm losing money all the time. Please buy more of it, though. It's like,
Interesting.
All right, let's go to super chats. Let's get super chats. For $100,
let's
to
go.
a channel that's
frickin'
supposedly
go.
dying.
Right. So this is like the whole. Before I let him speak, I just want to put this out there. This is like when they manufacture low scores on things. When it's like, we're going to prove that this movie is bad by downvoting it and review bombing it. That's how we're going to prove it. So here you have a super chat, somebody going, hey, your channel is supposedly dying. I'm going to prove it's not by giving you money just because it is. Right? He's donating to this because now it seems like the channel might not be doing well. He's feeling sorry for them, and he donates them $100 because he's feeling sorry for them. No one said, nowhere in Quartering's video, and I watched the whole thing, the clip, nowhere in there does he say you're not getting super chats. He never said that. And matter of fact, super chats, I don't even think he really talked about money. Like exactly how much money was being made or not being made. He talked about subscribers and views to subscriber ratio engagement. Actually, not even the primary thing. I don't think he mentioned super chats at all. I could be wrong, but I don't think he did.
Oh, Here's some gifted memberships and more for the grift. Hail the 199.
Hell yeah.
Shout out.
Hell yeah.
Keep it up. We're gonna start a coffee company here pretty
Can you
soon.
tell me?
More shit talking.
Gary, I can't wait. I can't wait
Man,
to reach 1.2 million or 3 million subs like you. So my channel will be dying too, according to the quarterings.
So it's really funny. I mean, it's just this is all cope. Let me explain why. Again, this is dumb. So Gary has gone from like 1.23 to 1.24 over like an eight month period. That is an extremely slow growth for a channel that blew up in 2022, 2023. It's extremely slow. Nobody's saying that people aren't watching the channel. Nobody's saying that. Quartering wasn't even saying that. But these guys are so in their feelings. They're just, it's like tears running down their faces that somebody thought their channels weren't doing well, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, while providing information, while providing facts for it. The truth is, I came to the same conclusion, or Quartering actually came to the same conclusion as I did, because I had already looked at these numbers. I already knew these numbers. I knew this was the situation. And these guys are not showing any receipts to back up what they're saying. They're grifting off of super chats. They're grifting off of each other. He's coming in here and he's doing the same thing because he's in his feelings about it. They're all coping with this. They're coping with it because they know it's true. They know it's real. And this is why they're crashing out about it. This is why they're laughing it off. They have to, this is all a show. It's all a theater play for their subscribers so that they don't lose people because someone really big in their community admitted that he gave a peek behind the curtain and admitted that the culture war shit is dead. And they're very nervous. They're very worried because if they really were those bitches, like if you're that bitch and you got it like that, you don't have to worry about people saying that you're not doing well. You don't have to worry about that.
So can't wait.
Over,
Man.
yeah.
Can't wait.
Rip
So
dark.
yeah, it's over.
Rip. Beige.
Huh? Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
This is crazy, y'all.
We do right here. Linton with a 100. So sad to see Geeks and Gamers, D-Day Cobra. Is that D-Day Cobra? An extra C in there? I don't know.
D-Day Cobra
D-Day
cock.
Cobra Cast. Cobra Cast.
D-Day Cobra. Okay.
Cock.
Geeks and Gamers.
It's really funny because in the clip that I watched, the Quartering only looked at the Geeks and Gamers channel. He didn't look at any of the other stuff. This is how they grift, guys. This is it. This is Exhibit A. Exhibit A. They plead some weird situation to their audience, some weird thing where it's like you could essentially just disprove it by showing your analytics and saying, look, my analytics are different from what he looked at. Case closed, right? That's all you have to do. But they're not going to do that because they know that the analytics that he had are real and they're accurate. But all they have to do is tell the idiots in their audience that it's fake, and their audience comes running, let me show them how much I love them, and I'm going to give them a bunch of money and then prove to the Quartering that they're not dead channels. And what does that accomplish? What does that accomplish? Does a Quartering give a fuck? No? Does anybody else in your group need validation? Like when I say your group, I mean like the group of people that watch the content. Does anybody else in the audience need that validation? It's so performative. It's so performative. Again, I don't think super chats were even mentioned by Quartering.
Geeks and Gamers Gaming, Sports Wars, etc. And that Boomer Nerdrotic fail. Tell X-Ray the Quartering is hiring. If she submits pictures of her feet, maybe a foot pic for Miki.
I'll send him my
What?
feet. I'll send him my feet. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
not a
There you
foot
go.
person. I don't want your
Yeah, that's
feet.
Beta.
They all look alike
Funny.
anyway.
Yeah, so fun.
Keep in mind, handled it like men behind the scenes. Handled it like men. This doesn't seem like they're doing that here. Seems like they're totally engaging in whatever their audience wants to do. They're performing for their audience. They're standing up in the middle of the circus tent and they're putting on an act for their audience to throw tips at them like circus clowns, acting like little children for the super chats that are coming in, even though Jeremy has claimed he never had an issue with the Quartering, but they're spending all this time trashing the Quartering. They're trashing him. It's a humiliation ritual for the Quartering for proving that their channels aren't doing well. And you know, the funny thing is they're all like getting together and bullying him, which is fine. It's fine with me. I'm good with that. But that's what they're doing here in this situation.
Funny.
There you go.
I don't want your
RIP to all of our channels. RIP. RIP to Gary, who got more views in a couple of hours than Starfleet Academy. RIP to Gary, who got more live viewers. So yeah,
more code.
I guess it's all over for us,
dude. It's funny because I keep like, if you go over on Facebook, their bots are out in force praising this show. Oh, this is the best Star Trek.
And you have proof of that, right? You're going to provide some sort of some evidence that shows that these are bots? I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying you got to convince me. And just telling me they are doesn't convince me. I'm not that stupid.
We've ever got blah, blah, blah. And it's all like, there's a guy that was like, I don't really like this show. And somebody's like, I was waiting for this. Me and my wife, who doesn't even like Star Trek, were watching this. And we're like, I can't wait for somebody that doesn't like this show to talk about it and stuff. It's crazy right now.
It's like the sequels all over again.
Yep. They just gotta, they're gaslighting people where they can. You know?
Hey, the culture war is over.
It's over. Kathleen Kennedy.
What's funny to me is if the culture war isn't over, then why did Jeremy here stop making culture war content and jump into politics? Like, why did he do that? If the culture war is still really hot and it's doing as well as they say it is, then why is he not making videos about it? I mean, it would seem simple, right? Your culture war's still popping off. They'd still be making videos, but they're not. But I guess the quartering's a liar here.
He's gone. We won.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I love anecdotal evidence
these days.
Anecdotal fucking evidence is the best for me. I saw on Facebook that some people were saying this thing about this thing, and therefore we're right. Yay!
Vic Chavez with a $10. What if each of you made your own top 10 to 20 and an editor of Geeks and Gamers compile them into a singular article so it can be discussed in a future Tuesday night's main event? That'd be fun.
I actually don't like. I don't hate that idea. It's actually a good idea.
I don't either.
Yeah, but now we have homework.
Yeah, that's really Friday Night Tights level bullshit there. I know we can do that. Which, I mean, FNT's...
Friday Night Tights level bullshit. When he said homework. Huh. That's interesting. Does Gary make them do homework to go on Friday Night Tights? Does he send them assignments behind the scenes? That's a bit of information. Hold on, let's jump back here a second. I want to know... Let's listen to that again.
Hate that idea. It's actually a good idea.
I don't either.
Yeah, but now we have homework.
Yeah, that's really Friday Night Tights level bullshit there.
Okay, it sounds like they're required to do certain things to be on Friday Night Tights, and that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy, Gary. Okay. Not much to add there, just really interesting. A little bit of information I need to keep in the back of my head.
Oh, we can do that. Which, I mean, FNT's dying.
Yeah.
Right.
Main event's dying.
JB Spooky Reviews with the 2 says quartering is felted tax.
Okay.
Thank you for the 2. Darth Gavel with the 2. Jeremy on Jeremy violence tax.
I
got no beef with the quartering. I'm just kidding.
You have no beef with him, but you've been shit-talking him. I guess this is like clips throughout an entire stream. So you've been shit-talking him throughout the course of the stream. But you have no beef with him. But you're sitting here letting all these people fight about him. And all these super chats are coming in and you're laughing about it. Clearly, even if you don't have beef, there's no love there. Right? I mean, I wouldn't assume that you like him based on what I'm seeing here.
I meme on him a lot about my channel dying, but I'm not mad at the quartering. It's whatever. He's always been nice to me.
And you still got like 5 minutes left in this video.
Pulling up analytics was kind of wild.
It was
hopefully this helps.
Kind of wild. It was actually damning because you don't have any rebuttal to it. See, the reason why, this is spoiler alert here, the reason why he's not pulling up the analytics is because he's right. His quartering is right. And his audience doesn't care. They're not saying, hey, why don't you pull up your analytics and show that he's wrong? They don't care.
Keep Geeks and Gamers afloat for a little while longer. All you guys are pretty freaking awesome and appreciated, even Beardo, sometimes, if he reads this correctly.
Shout out, you read it correctly.
Here it is.
Thank God.
This is going to be my new grift where I'm just going to beg for people to keep us afloat for another week.
I mean, that's essentially, like, what you do all the time is find a new way to beg for something. I mean, that's it, really. I mean, like, your content adds nothing to the conversation. These are people that aren't talking about excitement or comic book lore in any real way, fidelity of stuff or whatever. It's just kind of a boring show where a bunch of old guys sit around and shit on stuff. I don't see how that's engaging for anybody, to be quite honest. I guess some people like misery. But like Quartering said, it's, you know, it's coming to an end, and he's actually right about it.
You understand?
Should I do a super chat goal to keep the channel afloat for one more week every stream?
Yeah. Why not grift off of it? Why not?
With your
Channel's
help,
dying.
guys. With your help, we can make it another week. If you
Viewers like
only,
you.
if you,
Now, what I want to explain what makes this a grift. Okay, what makes it a grift? It makes it a grift because he knows the channel is actually not doing well, but he's denying that in an effort to get his viewers to tip him more money. Therefore, it is a lie to make money from people, which is a scam. That's what makes it a grift. That's the situation here.
yeah, with viewers like you, if you'll just hit that little red subscribe button, it's down in the bottom corner.
Andre CR with the 2,500. My channel is under attack tax.
That's literally what Danky titled the clip on D-Day Cobra 2. He says, my channel is under attack by the Quartering. And look at the, let me pull it up. Look at the fucking thumbnail.
God bless Danky.
Danky's been crushing it, man. So here's Danky's thumbnail right there. So
That's wild, dude.
That's insane.
The best part is like Jeremy grifting the Quartering is like fucking peak, dude. He's like, oh, okay, I'm being attacked. Come on, guys.
What I think is interesting is I did not, from watching the clip with the Quartering, I did not get the impression, I watch a lot of this shit, right? I didn't get the impression that he was begging for any sort of money in that moment. I didn't get that impression. And look, Quartering is a big time, like, he loves to virtually panhandle about everything. He's got a lot of things he tries to panhandle on his channel. So if he were going to do that, he would do that because that's what he does. But I didn't get that impression from that video. But here, clearly that's what these guys are doing. These guys are grifting off of the fact that they know their channels aren't doing well, but they're lying to their audience about it. And they're doing that in order to elicit some sort of like response from their viewership. So it's pretty crazy, honestly.
well, so I was live on CobraCast, and all of a sudden the chat's like, Kino Casino's reacting to you. I'm going, what the fuck is Kino Casino? They must be roasting me because why else would they fucking be reacting to me? And they're like, no, man. They love you, bro. They
had nothing but good things to say about you.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, what is going on? Like, why am I being featured on Kino Casino? I got to know what's going on. So then I went over there and I watched it. I was like, this motherfucker Quartering gonna bring me into some bullshit. And so the rule is, you hit me, I hit back, and then we walk away. All good.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with him. I got no problem with the Quartering. I just think it's retarded that he brought my fucking analytics into his channel, trying to justify his channel having issues. And he tried to say that the culture war was over.
It is.
And he tried to say that the reason Geeks and Gamers views are down is not my fault. Yes, it fucking is, motherfucker. It's because I stopped making videos.
And why did you stop making videos? Finish that train of thought. If you stop making videos on your culture war channel, why did you stop making videos? And you follow it even further. The reason you stopped doing it is it wasn't working out for you because you weren't getting any sort of meaningful return on investment with your content. You were putting time into content that was not meaningfully contributing to the success of your channel. So you stopped doing it and you pivoted to politics because the culture war shit wasn't working. That is the complete train of thought there. But your train's not going all the way to the station.
So anyway, tomorrow we'll be sponsored by Coffee and Rumble, and I'll have some other bullshit to.
We're gonna go hang out. We're gonna go hang out at Rumble HQ. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Local
what
5, by the way.
Well,
once.
my
Can't believe there's
grifting
more.
proves that I have too many women in my fucking life because I have no money. Okay, Way too many. Bald Pirate says his viewer brought it up. Quartering began to compare year to date and said that everyone's down on views. He doesn't hate y'all. That's not the point.
Oh, it's not?
I think he hates us.
Yeah.
What's the point then? I mean, if he were lying about it, you could easily disprove him. It's really simple, but you've yet to do that.
I don't think that Quartering hates us at all. I think that Quartering needed an excuse for why his channel has dropped, so he decided to bring me and Gary into it to try to bring us into this and say everybody's views are down.
Right, but the issue isn't like you're trying to dispute saying that he's lying about it, but you've not disproven the lie. So the reason why you're so in your feelings and your emotions are bad here is because you've already noticed that this is happening. You already know it. You already knew that this was a cancer in your channel. You already knew that. You just had somebody come out and tell people about it. That's the issue. It's not that he's lying about it. It's not that he wanted to grift off of it, because you don't give a fuck about that either. It's not any of that. It's that you know that what he's saying is true, and you're coping with it by making this stream here all about it.
And it's just stupid. It's just pointless. Why? Why are you bringing that in there? He literally pulled Geeks and Gamers up and he says, "You think this guy's doing well? Look at his numbers."
Yeah.
Well, motherfucker, yeah, I'm doing quite well, as a matter of fact.
Are you?
Best financial year we've ever had, to be clear.
On Geeks and Gamers, though? On the Geeks and Gamers channel or on your political channel? Which one? Because the math doesn't math. It can't be your best financial year if you claim you've stopped making content. Those two things don't even out. If you're not uploading videos to get money, then you can't get money because there's no videos. So he didn't pull up the D-Day Cobra channel or any of your ancillary Geeks and Gamers channels. He pulled up the Geeks and Gamers main channel.
But yeah, so that was my beef with it, which was like, if your channel's having issues, bro, you need to deal with that shit. But you need to bring people that are your friends or friendly with and try to build narratives that their channels are in trouble too. So it's everybody.
Well,
that's
it's a
retarded.
narrative.
So
It's a narrative. Got it.
Why?
I'm going to work on videos. So that's why I'm kind of okay with us not having a fucking 12-hour stream as usual, because I'm back in the video mode. I've been making videos for the past week. And Quartering definitely motivated me to start making more videos. Right. So just in spite of him.
By the way, this happened again sometime last year where he had Jeremy had some of his viewers say that he should make more video content, and he agreed with them. And then for like a month he did it, and he's like, "Oh, this is great. You know, views are up, money's up, blah blah blah." And then he just stopped making them again. And the reason why is because it was all bullshit. It's all bullshit. I can't even imagine what he's making videos on that's culture war related in the current climate we're in. I can't imagine what that would look like. He's not watching any of these shows. He's not watching any of these movies. He's all in on politics.
Now, so I told him, check back in 3 months and see if my fucking views are still down. Okay. Because apparently the culture war is dead, everybody.
Making more videos will increase your views in terms of like your overall views, but the disparity between your subscriber and your views would still be the same, because it's a percentage, right? If you make 30 videos and your engagement is like 15% from your actual subscribers, if you made 60 videos, the engagement would stay the same if you're looking at subscribers to views ratios. It's not a flat number, it's a percentage.
Yeah, we will I'll have 2 more videos out tonight.
All right, that's the end of it. This was just all cope. It really was cope. I mean, there's nothing else to call this. It's funny to me too, because of the fact that he, at the beginning of this video, he's like, "We have no beef, we're good. Like, I don't have a problem with him." And then you spend the rest of the video grifting off of him and making fun of him. Like these people are not friends. They're not friends. I don't think anyone in this panel, any of these people, are actually friends. All it would take is one off-color comment from any of them, and they would do the same thing to each other that they're doing right now.